CUPS configuration files. The configuration files associated with the CUPS service are stored in the etc/CUPS directory. A brief description of each file in this directory can help you understand the ins and outs of the CUPS service. But I won't review these files quite in order. The main CUPS configuration file is cupsd.conf. A version of this file is available in cupsd.conf.default, and that's how the cupsd.conf file was when the CUPS service was first installed. Any printers that have been configured are shown in the printers.conf configuration file. Printers configured in this file include the URI of each printer, as shown here. As you can see near the bottom of this file, we have a device URI of IPP ubuntuserver.mamabears.com, which points to a printer on that particular server. If you've configured a group of printers together in a class, those printers are listed in classes.conf. That file looks somewhat like the printers.conf configuration file. That print group or print groups configured in classes.conf appear in shares just like an individual printer. A job sent to a print group is processed by the first available printer in that group. Configured PostScript printer description drivers, also known as PPD files, are stored in the etc/cups/ppd directory. Format filters and their associated file types are configured in the mime.coms and mime.types files. Filters associated with raw print jobs, along with their corresponding file types, are configured in the raw.coms and raw.types files. If you print out PDF files, say from KPDF or an Adobe Acrobat Reader, those files are processed through the acroread.conf configuration file. SSL certificates, those which support encryption, are stored in the etc/cups/SSL directory. If they're so enabled, automatic detection of network printers, in other words, printers shared from other systems on the local network, is configured through snmp.conf, which uses the Simple Network Management Protocol. Now let's look at the cupsd.conf configuration file in a bit more detail. The default version of this file includes a log-level warn directive. If you changed warn to something like debug, you'd get more detailed messages in the error_log file in the var/log/cups directory. It's as described in the comments of the configuration file. The system group lpadmin directive refers to a configured group in the etc/group configuration file. Members of that group are configured as print administrators. The listen directive is normally limited to the local system with the localhost :631 directive, but for this particular service, I've taken out the localhost, which means that printers configured here are shared with other systems. Normally, browsing is set to off, But if I change that to browsing on, that's what enables access to printers shared from other systems using the simple network management protocol. Going down a little bit in the file, the default auth type basic directive specifies authentication based on user memberships in etc/group, and thus works hand in hand with the system group lp-admin directive. Next, there are 3 location stanzas in this configuration file. The default version of this file do not have that allow at local directive. But with that allow at local directive, it allows access from other systems on the local network to administer this particular CUP server. In the location admin/conf container, you'll see a required user at system directive. That points right back to the system group directive for a list of authorized print administrators. And as I've just described, any member of the lp-admin group, as defined in etc/group, is an authorized print administrator. The remaining stanzas customize settings such as printer job management, and as so far as the UCP curriculum is concerned, are addressed in other videos.